And good evening, my lovely Lost Tales, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite for my Macabre Monday stream. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. Let me adjust the fucking lighting so I don't look like a complete ghost. There we go. Oh, my lovelies, how are you doing this evening? And a big thank you to Samuel for the raid. Thank you so much. Hey, Bran, how's it going? Welcome back. Perfect timing. We are just getting settled in for the night. I hope you're all doing well. I am still adjusting to streaming on Mondays. It still feels a little bit weird for me. But honestly, I'm just so excited to keep playing Slay the Princess, because if it wasn't already obvious from my first impressions when we were playing this last week, I am fascinated by this game. I have so much fun almost kind of role-playing it as though like I am like interacting with the other voices, like I'm part of the conversation that's happening. So I'm so glad that you could all join me tonight as we're going to be sinking our teeth into the next chunk of this game. One guy went all out for the eclipse at work. We made ritual sacrifice in time, so the world should be should be better moving forward, in theory. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, One Gat. Thank you. Thank you for doing us this great service. Unfortunately, it's overcast over here in London, so I wasn't able to see the eclipse, but I am seeing people's pictures of it, and it looks really, really good. And honestly, it feels like this just might be me being vanity and, you know, main character energy and all that, but there's been so much stuff that's been happening in my life over the past couple of months that's just been aligning with either like shifts in the season or big turns of events that just happen to fall into sync, like really at really good times. Like I don't remember when, because it was early February when I was in conversation with HR at my previous job about the possibility of being made redundant. And then it was made official in April, only like a day or two before Astara, which is a celebration of the start of spring, of new beginnings, new life. So it's like little things like that. And also then with like this major solar eclipse that's happening today, or that had happened today, it feels like there's this big like shift in energy and, you know, this kind of severing of old ties and like starting new things. So it feels like, at least for me, things are happening in the way that they should be happening. It's still scary, don't get me wrong, but I'm having trust in myself and trust in the universe, and everything's gonna work out. JJ the Ace VTuber showed up with Sam. Oh, awesome! Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Feel free to stick around as long as you like. Perfect timing because we were just getting started this evening. When we get into the menu screen, I'll kind of roughly describe just broad strokes of what this game is kind of roughly about, just so that people who are newcomers understand a bit of the context, because it's a little tricky to describe. The universe giving me a sign. Absolutely, absolutely. It's not vanity, it's just the fact the world changes with its goddess. Ah, Sam, shh. You're getting a little bit too close to the truth. Wait, I thought I was an archfey, and then all of a sudden I'm an archangel, a goddess, an antediluvian vampire. You know, maybe I'm just everything all at once. Everything happening all at once. I'm Mesoamerican, so an eclipse is just a math equation in my culture. Understandable, Ace. Understandable. Sorry, do you prefer? I assume you prefer JJ in that case. So I'll call you JJ. My weekend's been really great. I got a cameo from Steph. Oh, yes. Oh, Weaver, I just want to say thank you so much for buying one of my cameos and leaving a lovely review as well, a 5-star review. I really, really appreciate it. Because yes, in case you guys didn't know, I do now have a cameo. So if you want a personalized message from like one of my ASMR characters or from me as an individual, as a voice actor, now you can buy one there. So I've already had a couple of requests and they're fun to film. It really helps like give it that personal touch. So Weaver, thank you so much for requesting one, and I'm really, really glad that it's going to help you like whenever you need it, whenever you need those words of support, okay? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, but recently, because when we get into this game, I'm going to be like in the zone with this game. So I'm going to like talk a little bit beforehand. So pretty much most of my feed on TikTok nowadays is just edits of clips from Interview with the Vampire, the AMC series, and whatever crumbs we get of trailers and teasers for season 2 that's coming out in May. Guys, I cannot emphasize how excited I am for season 2 of this show. Because I consumed season 1 like voraciously. I didn't watch it initially when it came out because I just wasn't in like the mood to watch a new show. But I started watching it when I was at home for the holidays, like December, January, end of last year, start of this year, and I just like devoured it. And then I immediately bought the full first season, and now I've watched it at least 6 or 7 times from start to end. And it's so fucking good. And the stuff that they've put in teasers for season 2, people who are familiar with the books, they're pinning down like, oh, we might actually get like this scene, or we might actually get this scene, or like this part of the books that, you know, wasn't in any of the movies that they made, we might actually get to see this happen. And I'm just now like foaming at the mouth, clawing at the walls of my enclosure, waiting for May 19th to come for when the season drops, because I'm immediately just buying the full season and then just watching each episode as it comes out, because I know it's going to be amazing. I'm literally foaming at the mouth thinking about it. Oh, Jen, yes, thank you so much for joining us and for refilling the water tanks. My lovely water bottle is nice and full of good amino acid powder, because my muscles hurt today. My muscles hurt. I'm in a lot of pain because I did a lot of running yesterday, and then I had stage combat, and then I had a really intense workout this morning. I'm feeling amazing, by the way. Oh, so I am very excited about that. I can talk a little bit about stage combat, actually. So last night was... what was the name of the class again? It was Big Sticks, Small Spaces. So it was a essentially learning how to use like a quarterstaff or a pole for combat, offense, defense in a very small, like narrow kind of corridor that was constructed out of cardboard boxes. So it was also about like learning spatial awareness when you're carrying a large weapon as well. So how to like be aware of its like for safety reasons, or working with other like actors and stuff like that in the space, or like crew potentially. And then like the combat we got to learn was really good, and I've never I didn't have any experience with using a polearm, either offensive or defensive or any kind of like as a weapon sort of thing. But honestly, I just got into the flow of it really, really well. And by the end of just a 2-hour class, I just felt so smooth in some of my motions. Like it just felt amazing. And now I was like, today I've just been Googling like martial arts quarterstaff training for sale. Because I can't remember who posted it, but on my Discord, someone, when I mentioned what type of class it was going to be, posted a gif of Mako from Pacific Rim. And honestly, that's very much what the class was like in terms of that sort of technique. It wasn't like martial arts in terms of like sweeping legs or kind of like intentionally hurting or trying to land hits on your partner. It's stage combat, so it's all about making it look good but keeping your partner safe. But it was very much those kind of like blocks and like attacks and offensive and defensive stuff that you see in that scene in Pacific Rim, if you want an idea of what the class was like. And it was very, very cool. Yes, it was Sam. Yes. Also, yes, happy birthday, Jen. Happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing day. And you have a really, really awesome week ahead. Also, it just happens to also be the birthday of my wonderful friend, Ellis, who is an amazing content creator. They do a lot of stuff on TikTok. They're an amazing cosplayer, do a lot of really, really cool things. Oh, Sam, that's so sweet. Oh, we have our first Pick My Voice redeemed of the evening from Sam to Jen for Jen to pick whichever voice she wants. All right. No rush, Jen, if you want to take a few minutes to kind of think about that, and then we can jump into that. But one other thing. I could maybe talk about this like on Wednesday or Friday, but just while it's fresh in my mind. So, a few streams ago, I think it wasn't last week, but it was the week before on my Friday stream, I was talking heavily about Hannibal and how it's one of my favorite shows and how I was still bitter about it getting cancelled. Even though it was like a good ending, they wanted to do a lot more and they didn't get the opportunity to do it. So, thank my TikTok For You page for showing me this. Apparently, at the end of the month, there is a, I'm not sure if it's a convention or some kind of other big press event. I believe it's a convention. It's called C2E2, I think. And during this convention, there's going to be a Hannibal Reunion panel with Mads Mikkelsen, Hugh Dancy, and I believe some of the other supporting actors. Maybe Lawrence Fishburne will be there as well. But from the sounds of things, it's like a big cast reunion. This is me slowly putting clown makeup on. From what the video that I heard this news from said, that particular time slot for that panel is typically reserved for big announcements or big promotions of some kind. It could be it's just because they have a lot of A-listers like Mads Mikkelsen, Hugh Dancy, a lot of amazing talent on the stage at one point, that they have that particular time slot because they have so many big names on the stage. I'm still putting my clown makeup on. Or they might. I'm trying to ground my expectations and be like, we're never getting another season of Hannibal. We're never getting another season of Hannibal. Still putting on my clown makeup. However, with it being a reunion panel, with that particular time slot, there's a part of me, deep in my soul, that is praying that we either get an announcement of maybe 1 or 2 more seasons of Hannibal, or a movie, maybe, to kind of condense a lot of the plot ideas that they wanted to do in future seasons, or it's been picked up and it's going to get renewed, or it's just a reunion panel and the whole cast gets to get together one more time and have an awesome Q&A, which is fantastic. If it's just that, amazing. I'll have a lot of fun seeing that. But there's a tiny part of me that's holding out hope. I am trying to manifest this shit so hard because, my God, I want some more Hannibal so much. I watch all of Hannibal, all the seasons, at least a couple of times a year, because I love it so much. I'll even have it on in the background because I find the atmosphere and the music and the visuals so captivating. Like, please. I'm manifesting good things on this night of the eclipse. I am manifesting a wonderful and prosperous voice acting career, maybe an on-screen acting career, a full-time, like, Twitch thing, making partner plus, all those good things. And maybe also a little bit more Hannibal, please. Please. I would really love that, please. If the universe is feeling extra generous and wants to do a little extra sprinkle, then yes, please. Yes, please, and thank you. Honestly, I'm just like buzzing in my seat. Like, even if it's just a panel and they're just gonna have a Q&A and reflect on the series and everything like that, absolutely fantastic. If that doesn't, like, they're not going to announce anything, that's totally fine. That I still have season 2 of Interview with the Vampire that I'm still foaming at the mouth for, because I am so excited for that show. Like, guys, it's so good. If you love vampires, if you love really good TV, God, I'd recommend it. Also, it is so gay. It is so wonderfully gay, and I love it. And I love it so much. Like, it's just fun murdery shenanigans with Claudia and her two dads and all of the domestic bullshit that they get up to. And then season 2's happening, and then everyone's sad. Alright, so are we ready to dive into Slay the Princess? I think I've kind of said all the things that I wanted to say initially to kind of warm things up for tonight. I've just had a lot of things on my mind, and I've kind of been bouncing off the walls of my enclosure, just being like, I need to talk about this with someone. Alrighty, let's just check everything is all good to go. We are recording, we are streaming. Just gonna take a little sippy sip. Also, Jen, let me know if you have a particular Pick My Voice in mind, and then I will slip into character once we start the game. Let's see, everything is all good to go. Alrighty then. Let us continue. So, as you can see, I'm now like in my little slightly smaller like box to the side, just so it makes it easier for when dialogue options appear above me. Then you can kind of see what I'm highlighting. Alrighty, so let us continue.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I will never get over just how amazing Jonathan Sims' voice is. Like, I would love to be in the same cast or be in a production with him, because I'm a huge fan of the Magnus Archives and the Magnus Protocol. They're currently on hiatus, so I'm again just waiting for when the new episode drops. Like, there's a lot of things I'm just very excited for. I'm really loving the Magnus Protocol so far as well. But I would love to work with Jonathan Sims on something. Please. Please make this happen. We will see if Broken is still channeling chat. We will see. So, I had a thought. Last week, I went with my gut for the first round. Okay, no, sorry. Before I get swept up, a little bit of context for those of you who are newcomers to this game. So, this game, Slay the Princess, it is a horror game, first and foremost. So, do proceed with caution. It does sometimes have flashing imagery. It has a lot of elements of horror, like violence, body horror. Like, if it's at all concerning, have a look at the content warnings regarding this game. And then just proceed with caution on my stream. But the general gist is what the narrator just said. At the end of the road, there is a cabin. In the cabin is a princess. It is, you have to slay the princess or it's the end of the world. She will do anything she can. She will beg, she will barter, she will try to convince you not to do it. When we played this last week, we got to the end of the first kind of run. And we then encounter something else. A strange, otherworldly, kind of dark, divine, feminine aspect. And they're asking for us to bring aspects of her back to her. And each time we die, we come back again at the start of this path and at the end of this path as a princess, and you have to slay the princess. So that I'm just describing it so that people, when we get to the end of a run, aren't completely confused. So as you can probably see, just like over here, there are tons of dialogue options. There are many different ways that your path through this story can go. When you start this game, there's a number of things that pop up on screen. Firstly, like content warnings and things like that. But also they state there is no wrong choices in this game. It's all part of the story, and this is a love story. So honestly, there's no wrong way to play this game. If you want to go down a particular path to a particular ending, then of course there's like tutorials and stuff online on how to do that, but I'm trying to go with just my gut while we're experiencing this game for the first time and try and choose different options for each time that we start at the end of the road. So I was thinking... Okay, I'll get to it in a second. Joe, oh, by the way, I devoured this game in a week since you played it last, so I'm very glad you introduced me to it. Oh, Joe, I'm so glad to hear it. It's such a great game, and it's by a small independent game studio, so yes, by all means, go out and support them because this is such a great game, and I cannot recommend it enough, so, yes, absolutely. I'm so glad that you picked it up for yourself. So I was thinking, the first time we did it, I just went with my gut. It ended the way it did. The second time around, it was very direct. It was very much like, no nonsense, we are here to slay the princess. This time, I'm thinking, because you all love the princess so much, what if we try and save the princess? We don't do anything violent. We do exactly what she wants. We come here and we try to set her free. I want to see what happens. Because that is something we have not tried yet. I'm trying to think of different options that we have not done yet. Okay, let's have a look. You know what? Okay, you can't see it, but there's an option here, turn around and leave. Just for the fuck of it, I want to see what happens. I turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay, options. Okay, fine, you're persistent, I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Okay, I want to just kind of continue in silence and not acknowledge the narrator.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Oh, this is great. Oh, Vince! Super long cartwheel to roll in and give Stephanie Swanquills the biggest, tightest, squishiest, love-filled hugs, and Steph continues to be the bestest buddy and I love her so much. No, you! No, you, Vince. I give you the biggest, squishiest hug ever. Oh, but how's it going, Vince? Perfect timing. We're just getting started into this game and I'm already deciding to quit.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And you do?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Bullshit.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
You can't dungeon master me, voice. I'm just gonna like look up vaguely in like the direction of the sky and just go curse you. It's like all paths lead to the big bad that I spent months designing. Okay, well, fine. If you're gonna dungeon master it, then Hero has always been here. They're kind of one of the core voices, I believe. Like, other voices will come into play as you progress through the story, but the narrator and voice of the hero seem to be like the core two voices that you hear when you start out. Jonathan Sims would make a good DM with all these characters arguing with each other. He really would. Okay, I want to just be a stubborn fuck and just keep running away. I turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
I'm sorry, chat.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this, or quietly continue down the path. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Maturity.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Fuck you. Okay, there's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Okay, moving towards the cabin. I want to do this one. Oh, yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm just going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Why did the music stop? Mr. Sims, why did the music stop?
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh, the music changed. Oh no, this is giving me the ick. What have I done?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
What?
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, same question.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Rocks fall, everyone dies. He probably just like, fuck you, I'm the dungeon master, rocks fall, everyone dies.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, it was chapter 2, The Stranger. I didn't say it aloud, but that was the chapter. Okay, I'm gonna save. Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, explore. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Lie. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that princess. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Silently proceed to the cabin. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. You know what? I want to draw this out with being just a stubborn little shit and refusing to go to the cabin and see what that happens. Okay, I want to explore a little bit and just remark on the walls, because that's different. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
You gaslighting fuck.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
I do love the contrarian, though. I love all the voices. Also, by the way, all of them played by Jonathan Sims. God, that man is talented.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods. Forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Your Highness? Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay the princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Oh, I like you begging. I like it when a lot of people beg.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh, someone's feeling generous. What?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Sam, can you just check with Scarlet? Is it an emergency? Because I don't want to check my... If it's a Discord... If it's an emergency, tell her to message me on Discord, and then I'll check it, but not... I don't want to, like, check my TikTok when I'm live on the air. Who knows what sound might come up from the types of videos I've been watching. I know, I'm expecting, like, one of the Titans to come, like, clawing over the wall, just staring down at us. Ah! Okay, she said it will be funny and that I should clip it. Okay. Fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. So, sorry to take away from this for a second. Scarlet, who is the head moderator and keeps all of my lovelies in line and make sure everyone's having a good time, sent me on TikTok, there's no relatable book quotes. Mentally, I was a slut. Physically, I was terrified of intimacy. Spiritually, I didn't like men. I'm gonna fucking kill her. I'm gonna strangle her, I swear to God. In Minecraft. I'm going to attack my head moderator in Minecraft, okay? Like, Scarlet and I, we trust each other. We have a really, really strong friendship. So if she says I should check something while I'm fucking live on Twitch, then I put my trust in her. I know it's going to be something important. I'm never going to trust her again. Oh, okay, let's keep going and go kill someone in Minecraft.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Oh, maybe I'm being difficult because I like it.
Let's keep an open mind.
No. I proceed. One option, proceed to the cabin. Fine, I'll proceed to the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there. such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Oh, that's weird. Can you guys see how the different layers of the objects and the background and foreground, like if you look at where the seams of the different textures intersect, it's all like two different layers. Oh, that's really cool.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I want to throw it out the window.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Infinite number of times, apparently.
You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong.
Hey, Carmina, how's it going?
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
I'm intrigued by that concept as well.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
You're starting to sound like my therapist. Fuck you.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Listen, you're a strange, bodiless voice. How about you stay calm?
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Good point.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine.
Okay.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
I want to look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Fascinating.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Try and wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Looking ridiculous seems to be my speciality in this run.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
I'm going to take the blade with us, because I don't know what's going to be downstairs, and we're going to take it for safety.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that.
Am I holding it by the blade or something like that? What am I doing wrong?
Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
It's going to slip out of our hand then.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Oh. No, I want to be weird this run. I'm going to hold it the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Oh, sorry, you can't see it. Because I switched the display mode, so it's not capturing the game, it's capturing my display. Just in case like the game quits itself, like it did last time, and something weird comes up. so I just thought it'd be easier that way, just in case there are any unexpected changes. But the icon, the mouse cursor, does actually change. So instead of like holding, I'm not sure, hang on one second. Instead of holding the dagger like that, it changes it so you're holding kind of like that instead, like you're stabbing downwards instead of like going to pierce it. That's very cool. Cute little detail. Yee.
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
It is. It does feel a little bit more horror movie, not gonna lie. So, since you're playing Messenger, tell Scarlet I'm gonna get her back for this.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
I'm working on it. Throw the blade out the window. You know what? No. No, this is my weird goblin run. I want to throw the blade out the window.
Yes! Do it!
I'm doing it!
Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
I will find a way.
We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
Shh, it's okay.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
You don't have to say it so sarcastically, Jesus. I entered the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open,
that's
revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
I move the stars for no one.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You've come so far, you've come so
Her
far.
voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Your eyes can be so cruel.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
Boo.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Careful, hero, you're starting to sound like broken.
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
That's gonna go well.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin this day.
Absolutely. I'm listening to the contrarian this run. This is fun. Okay, take the harsh stairs to the left, take the center staircase, or take the soft stairs to the right. What feels best for the weird goblin energy I'm bringing for tonight? Let's go down the straight and narrow path. Let's go to the center staircase.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
Your eyes can be so cruel.
You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else.
Also, this feels appropriate. I decided to wear my Dungeons & Dragons t-shirt to tonight's stream, and I'm not sure if you can see it. It has my man Strad von Sadovich on it, and it feels very appropriate that he's dungeon mastering us to get us in the direction that he wants us to go for fighting the big bad. That it feels appropriate. It feels appropriate to wear this shirt tonight.
And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways.
Okay, so Scarlet wants you to know, and I quote, "The fact I could bully here through proxy, even when I'm not on the same website, is worth to me far more than anything she can do, Lamau." You know, I hate it when she's right. And listen, I tried taking a long rest. I tried walking away, but then, oh no, all of a sudden you walk the same path and then, oh, there's a cabin at the end of the path, even though you're walking backwards on it. And then I tried to take a nap and then the world ended, so now we're here. I rolled to seduce the stairs. Jen, that's amazing.
But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Ooh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Ooh, this is different with it being so all the detail fading out.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Oh, this is cool.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Oh, we have our technically first redeem or second redeem of Pick My Voice this evening from Sapphic Scaracomi for Night Angel. Well, I would be more than happy to oblige. Jen, when I finish this particular moment, then be sure to let me know if you have a voice in mind. Oh, thank you so much for asking me to sweep in, Scaracomi. It's always nice to be invited.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Oh, what a sweet broken thing she is. Reminds me of someone I know.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
I like her. I like how brightly she shines in the darkness.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Appearances can be deceiving. Okay, interesting. Our options are, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you. Well now, let's not be rude. What's your name?
Princess. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
As the princess speaks again, It's almost as if she fractures, and where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Oh, little star is giving me the silent treatment. But they'll come around.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Choices have consequences.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oh, I like that idea. I might have my own little collection of shining, lovely things chained in the basement. Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Oh, don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Well, as a former hero, I might need to stop you then.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Interesting. Okay, so these are separate, but this one is all connected. I'm getting you out of here. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here, or regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out of the window. I want to keep fracturing. Let's see how far we can break them. Oh, stretch check? Why, thank you. If I let you out of here, what are you going to do?
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. What do you want me to say? That I'd be a good person? You either trust me or you believe that I'm dangerous. What I say won't change how you already feel about me. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse.
Or does it make things more fun?
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
Well, shame we don't have a knife for that then.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Okay, we have no other option but to pick this one. I'm getting you out of here. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. I regretfully think about the time I threw the blade out of the window.
Wait, that's not right. Go on.
I do all those things at once.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Ooh.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Interesting. Alright, we come to the end of that Pick My Voice, but Scaracromi, thank you so much for requesting Night Angel. She definitely seems to be your personal favourite, but thank you so much for requesting Night Angel, and especially it's your first Pick My Voice, so thank you.
Is this what the end of the world looks like?
This is fascinating.
What an unbearable mess. But this...
Ooh.
We can't...
Oh, all things are getting weird.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Thank you for the hydrate check, King Deadlock. And a stretch check. Oh, thank you.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Alright, also, Jen, when you're ready to choose your own Pick My Voice, then just let me know. And if you can highlight your message as well, because I think that's an option with channel points, and then that'll help as well, because then it'll stand out more when I can see it on my other screen. Cool.
Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all...
Oh, he faded out. Where's he gone?
falls apart?
Oh no. What have we done?
I think he's gone.
I think we fucked up.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit.
Oh no.
Oh! In spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Oh, the body horror, yes!
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
I'm getting some Tomie flashbacks if you've read Tomie, the Junji Ito manga. Oh, I'm getting those kind of vibes, yes!
How surprisingly sincere.
And a little bit of Cronenberg in there as well, yes.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Okay, it's going to be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. No, you just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you or say nothing. I'm going to try and reassure her because she doesn't seem hostile. There she goes. Well, you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone? Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared. Okay, I'm going to be kind and I'm going to be reassuring. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
No. Night Angel's my favourite, I can't lie. I was staying up to get Pick My Voice because it's like a personal little spice of yours into streams, and hearing what Night Angel is comforting. Oh, thank you so much, Scarecrow. I'm really glad that Night Angel helps bring you some comfort and some reassurance, and that you got to redeem your first ever Pick My Voice. Thank you. Oh, take care, Weaver. Thank you so much for joining us. We approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. I gaze into my reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, you've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. One option, we proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. I approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Ooh. Okay, lots of different options. I'm gonna see if I can talk through all of them. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
The Medaloid Man, thank you so much for the 37-month resub. What a strangely appropriate game to play during an eclipse. Honestly, it definitely feels that way. But thank you so much for the resub. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And I mean, like, all those extra limbs are just perfect for hugs. She can give so many hugs in this form. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate check. Logan! Hey Steph, happy Eclipse Day to you. I hope this eclipse brings you endless happiness and all your dreams come true. And the same to you as well, Logan. Chat, for those of you who don't know, Logan is an incredibly talented actor, voice actor. They do amazing stuff. Absolutely incredible friend. And they've been very, very helpful and supportive of me on my own acting journey. So be sure to give them so much love. Check out their socials as well. They're under the same name. But thank you so, so much, Logan. And same to you as well. I'm working very hard to make my dreams come true. And I know they will. Absolutely. But thank you so much for joining us. It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Logo, active friends need to support other active friends. We gotta help each other out, buddy. So I'll absolutely give you a shout out on my streams. Hell yes. Hero's back! Oh, Voice of the Hero, welcome! Okay, it changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. Snore doesn't make me care for you any less. Doesn't make you worse. Do you resent me? If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other on the matter. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. See, I don't trust the princess. I don't trust what this entity is forming itself into. I think seeing these other aspects of her, it gets us a greater understanding, but I still don't trust. But I do like her. Ooh, okay, Jen has redeemed her pick my voice. I think we need some bravery right now, and the bravest I can think of this moment would be Glacia. Well, I'm always happy to step in as needed. But this is some strange magic stuff that I'm not sure about, but I will move forward with a fierce and brave heart as always. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
This is again some strange magic stuff, but okay. What do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Well, still don't like this, but... I don't want to be too aggressive to something I don't know. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Fine. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Well, I've faced death enough times in my life. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, let's mark our point. And yeah, she does seem to care about our opinion quite a bit. This weird magic shit, I don't like this.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, we can't have that now, can we? Why don't we try saving her this time? This poor, helpless damsel all chained up. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Well, I happen to like the world, so I guess we're going to have to do something about this.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
He's a shifty fuck. Oh, take care, Scaracoma. You have a good night, okay? And good luck with packing. Also, I think that comes to the end of that Pick My Voice, so thank you so much, Jen, for requesting Glasha the Greenfire, who is wonderful as always. Alright, so I'm thinking with this run, we're going to try and save her. I want to try and save the princess. Not be hostile to her at all, just rescue her. Be the big old damn hero about this. Okay. I continue to the cabin, because I'm going to rescue the princess.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Exactly, we're gonna save her this time.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, you don't know what he's talking about. Don't know where that came from.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I think I will take the dagger just to be safe, but I'm going to use it to free her.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I will take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Hero, indeed it
Don't
does.
let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm not going to be dismissive because I do have a knife in hand. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
Okay.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
No, she seems perfectly harmless.
Don't you dare.
I dare.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
You can at least try to not sound so disappointed.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
We're going to free her this time.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm... Okay, I'll read out the answers. I have many reasons. Do you think I just come here to kill someone without even knowing why? That'd be ridiculous. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe. I'm going to go with the last one, because that seems softer, and I want to try and rescue her. I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
Why?
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate check, JJ. Much appreciated. Okay. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Okay.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
We're going to rescue her this time. I want to see what happens.
You know why you're here.
I know why you're telling me I'm here, but I'm the one making decisions, okay, narrator? I'm the one making the choices. Okay, so we can slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here and then examine the chains, or I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. And then you keep her locked up. I'm going to try and rescue her. I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
But look at those puppy dog eyes. She's harmless.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? Oh, no, wait. No, I don't want to leave her out of my sight. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? Besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Okay, she's at peace with that.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
What the hell?
Is someone else here?
Yeah, is someone else here? Were we followed? I tried the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Who followed us?
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
What? What is happening? I return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Yeah.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Maybe not, but I'm the one making choices here. Okay, so it's save the princess or slay the princess. So we are saving the princess on this run. I very carefully, like, gestured to take her hand, and then I place the knife. Where would... Okay. Horror movie logic. And Okay, immediately comes to mind that scene in the Evil Dead remake with the turkey carver on the forearm. But... yeah, I think we're fairly strong enough that we should be able to just, like, go straight through the forearm. So we save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Ooh.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Completely silent.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
We approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Narrator, what are you doing? Also, Sam, I wish that I was that harmed. Sam, are you okay?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No, I'm not gonna kill her. You can't make me.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Watch me.
Fuck you. Oh my god. Okay, I warn her. All the other options say slay the princess. I warn her.
Stop that.
No.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Shh. Okay, slay the princess. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
What are you gonna do?
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Ooh. It's so cool we get to see the claw in more details up close. Oh.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
But she's completely free now. I mean, she's still in the basement, but unlike before when we stabbed her and then she stabbed us, she's free.
This is the end, isn't it?
Yeah, looks that way.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2. The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. I'm gonna, make the next few choices us annoyed at the narrator, and we're going to try and save the princess however we can. Oh, you bastards, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Okay, voice of the skeptic, I like you.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
And yet, hero, I'm getting deja vu as well.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Thank you.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
I need to check out Scarlet Hollow, absolutely, especially if it's by the same developers.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting.
Leave me to my own delusions, damn it.
But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Fuck you.
Sure you are.
Sure you are.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Exactly. She's probably, could have been off skipping through fields by now.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
And yeah, I love it when we just keep pushing the narrator's buttons and he gets so sarcastic and so snarky with us.
You're talking in circles.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking in facts.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Okay, let's explore both of these. The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. And all she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
I have pockets? I check my pockets.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope.
What?
With the words, "The Evidence," written across the front.
What? This dress has pockets?
Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
Interesting.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Okay, Hero, glad you can confirm that it is indeed your handwriting, so that's curious.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
We're special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes, right. We're here because we're special. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But we're all in this together, and we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to trust me here.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay, I'm still gonna try and keep saving the princess. I proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh, really?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
We're totally gonna do what the narrator tells us to do.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Maybe?
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Going to rescue the princess.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, I will still take the blade with us because it was used last time to rescue her. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own?
Ooh.
Maybe it's a different cabin entirely. Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Wink.
So focus up. Don't get distracted by minor details.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
So one thing I've noticed is that texturally, the mirror doesn't have any of these. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. The very faint animation that's happening on all the other textures. Nothing's happening with the mirror. Also, the color and the depth of darkness on the mirror is the same, I think, as the chain that's holding the princess to the wall. So I think that is reflective of some other power source that's holding the princess captive. Because the chain is never broken, it's always like she tears her arm free or she cuts through her arm in order to free herself. She's never broken the chain, I believe, from what I can remember.
There's definitely a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't.
I think you know what we have to do.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Mm-hmm. I want to see if I can approach the mirror with the blade. I want to see if I can smash the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You
Okay.
reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Okay, fine.
But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Fine, I enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
Please remember us. We wish to save you.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh,
She
shit.
looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Oh, shit. We're not going to be able to cut through her neck in order to rescue her. Shit.
So much for cutting her out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table.
We're going to try and fucking rescue her.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Mm-hmm.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. Yes, there's always one empty shackle.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here, and then we leave her in the basement. But no, I want to try and rescue her with this run. I'm going to sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
We will sit down. I sit where I am told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? The other chain on the wall, who is that for? What would you have me do? I think I'm going to leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone locked up like that. Bye! And then we leave her. Or slay the princess. Okay, I'm going to ask her some questions. My intentions? What do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Interesting.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
No shit! Sorry, I'm treating this like an actual conversation I'm having and just... Swear to God, narrator.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly?
Explain.
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Okay, Jen, very good question. I actually got a question about that when I posted my announcement on my community wall on YouTube. I had a question about your cameo. Is it only your original characters that can be requested? For example, Elise or Lady Vlechdale may not be available. I've messaged Alpha Booster, and he says it's fine if people want to request Elise from Hunter the Parenting. He said that's fine for me to do. So I just wanted to clear that with him before I confirmed anything. But yes, if you want to have a cameo from Elise from Hunter the Parenting, I can do that. Also, Lady Vlechdale is also fine because she's my original character. And like voice actors can do characters that they've performed as without worrying about that as far as I'm aware. So yes, Elise and Lady Vlechdale and I've Alex Hurst, my other Warhammer character, those are all completely fine. If you're treating it like an actual conversation, I think that's a sign that the writing is really, really good. Absolutely, Alistair, I absolutely agree. It feels so wonderfully organic. It's just so good. Mwah. I'm enjoying it so much. Hang on. Just the lighting just a little bit, because it's quite bright.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just... good luck.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle.
I will just say, just quickly, in regards to Lady Vlechdale and my tech priest characters, I'm not usually versed in like Warhammer lore, so I'm happy to do like cameos as those characters, but keep in mind my knowledge of the world that they embody is limited. So if it's like a birthday wish or like some words of comfort, that's like absolutely fine, but no asking me lore related questions, otherwise I might have to turn those down, okay?
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Skeptic's so fucking done with him.
I never said I wasn't.
Narrator, don't make me feel bad for you.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Okay, immediately sassy again, I take that back.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
It will be like 5 seconds later he'll say something.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
That other chain on the wall. Who is that for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Ooh.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Oh, I kind of want to though. I want to see what happens. How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
But we're being, like, friendly to her. We want to help her this run.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
There aren't going to be any.
There are none.
I thought so. Fuck you.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Everyone's out for their own reasons, their own agenda. Okay. I want to look at the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why?
And why is that?
Yeah.
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Oh, good question. Okay, to be fair, if we're like chained up right next to her, we can just give her the knife. And then she can get herself out.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Don't trust you. I want to inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Oh fuck, what's gonna happen?
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
It's gonna be bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Oh no.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Just say it. Just say it.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
What?
Excuse me?
Yeah, what just happened?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Oh.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Oh. Interesting.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
Shit, are we just gonna sit here? Until, like, time wears out?
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
Well, but we wouldn't have known that if we didn't touch it. Okay?
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Exactly. We have more information now. So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know that this was going to happen to me?
No.
Interesting. Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
I wait in silence, chained up next to the princess.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes.
Oh, shit.
It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
We could at least try and form a conversation.
At least the world is safe.
Exactly.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
You don't need to interrupt him, damn it.
And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Here we go. Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Fine.
Still rude.
I continue to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Here we go. It's time to fall apart. Come on.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Exactly.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And?
The narrator faded out. He disappeared.
I think he's gone.
Yeah.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Oh, interesting.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh. Oh. But you do not get the chance to respond. Nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, it's the same thing that came up before, but I'm going to do the different option. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
I approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. I look into my reflection. Silence as you reach forwards. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, we're all thin and emaciated. You've unraveled. Okay. I find it fascinating that us as... I'll say, like, us as the, air quotes, hero. I'll call them the Raven. As the Raven, our final state, whenever we approach the mirror, is almost then a reflection of the state the princess is in. Like, we are connected in some way, and I'm so curious to see what the answer to this is. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. I proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin, and I approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate check, hero. Much appreciated. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
I feel bad for this vessel, like this version of the princess. Like, she was a bit rude, but honestly, I just felt bad for her. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
Okay. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I think he does live in the space beyond. I don't want to kill him. I want to meet him. I want to meet him and know what his agenda is. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Question, chat. No spoilers, but for those of you who have played this game, is there enough in this next run and then what happens after that would be like more than, say, 2.5 hours of gameplay? Or would we get to the end of it tonight? If there's only, say, like another half hour or something like that left. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
If this is the last stage before you're complete... Oh, I just want to see what her aunt... 100% completion run is like 11.5 hours according to Google. Okay, some people are saying it varies on what happens, on what choices you make. Ooh. Because I'm just so fascinated by this game. I might try and see how many different endings we can get. Or just try and uncover as much of the mystery of this game as I can. Oh yeah, I fully imagine that there is multiple endings to this game. And... Ooh. Ooh, gods. No, honestly, Sam, I want to do this first run just completely just on my own. And I want to savor this game as much as possible. Okay, let's keep going then. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
I wait.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Are you going to quit the game on me?
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Yep, thought so. Okay, so yes, this is exactly why I did screen capture rather than game capture. So, I'm thinking. I really want to savor this game. I want to take my time with this game. Because I don't want to rush through it and like just get to the end. And that's the reason there's so many save files and we can just keep saving it. Oh yeah, thank you so much. I need to get this skin of Jin on League of Legends. I just think it makes such a cool backdrop as well. Wallpaper, sorry, I should say. Ooh, how are we doing for time? Okay. I think changed your PC date to an endless state and started back to see what happens. Oh, that's a good point. Okay, you know what? How are we doing for time? If you're cool to just like let me try that quickly, I'm just gonna turn off screen capture for 1 second just so that to keep some things private. I want to change the date for say how far in the future, like 5 years in the future, or will that mess with OBS? That's the only thing. Okay, I'm gonna give that a try now. 1 second. This is weird. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm changing it. I move the stars for no one. You've come so long, you've come so far. Your eyes can be so cruel. Okay, I'm changing it to 6 years in the future. Okay, you know what? Let's go. I can set it to a maximum of 2054. Let's set it to 8th of April, 2054. Fuck. Okay, she's gonna be so pissed. Okay, everyone, buckle your seatbelts. We're going into the future. Okay, let's get the display capture up again. Okay, I just want to see what happens, what she says. And then I think I might want to save the last run for next Monday, because then there'll be stuff that happens after that. And I want to save what will happen next. Come on. Open. Are you going to open? Hang on. That didn't have any weird information on there. It's not opening for me. Did I break it? Okay, I might have broken something. Ah! Okay, 1 second. Come on. Yeah, she might be just really pissed at us. Okay. I'm going to change the date back. And then I'll leave this as something that you guys can experiment with yourselves, because it might be messing also with OBS a little bit. Oops, not game capture, display capture. There we go. I mean, it is rude. It is kind of rude what I did. Okay, I'm just going to turn off that. Just trying to open it via Steam, because for some reason it just doesn't seem to be opening for me. Is she pissed? She's probably pissed. Okay, I keep hitting play, but it doesn't open. Oh, hey Logan, you're still here. Oh, absolutely. Feel free to come by as many times as you like. You are always welcome here. Okay. Yeah, I might have messed something up, I think. In that case, we can save what happens until we come back next Monday, because I think I might have messed something up. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stop the stream, get it going, and then start it up again. Okay. Because fuck. Yeah, I might have just done something. So, how are we doing for time? Okay, yeah, we've still been going over like 2 hours and a bit. So let's call it a night here. We'll pick the rest of this up on next Monday, and we'll see how things go. But this was very interesting. I'm very curious to see what happens. If I get it open again and she says something, I'm going to try and just save it immediately, and then I'll read out what she says. Because this hasn't happened on stream before. So yeah, we will see what happens next Monday. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. And oh yes, we'll go to the end screen, everything like that. But if you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, why is that not working? Okay, now I've just fully messed up my Steam Deck. God damn it. Okay. So let's jump onto here. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. If you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, then please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You are welcome anytime. I'm not sure if everything just fucking broke. Oh no, oh gods. Okay, this is not great. This game was so good it made me break my PC on purpose. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. Can someone do just ! socials, and then you find the link to all my socials. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. If you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, then please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You're welcome anytime. Be sure to check out my socials in the chat. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I would set up a raid. Because now I have to do everything manually because my Stream Deck's broken. Because I'm an idiot and I would try to do something cool. Okay, we're going to go over and we're going to say hi to my friend Great Kraken, because on Wednesday, he and I are going to be playing some Dead by Daylight together. So I hope you can all join me for that, my lovelies. Let's go say hello. Let me just double check the spelling of the username. 1 second. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Come on. Hey, there we go. All right, I'm going to send you over to Paul so you guys can enjoy the rest of the evening. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I hope you have an amazing week. I will see you on Wednesday for Dead by Daylight with Great Kraken, and of course Friday for more Baldur's Gate 3. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I hope you have an amazing week, and remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, my lovelies.